What if your backyard could heal the planet while feeding your family? In an era of climate crisis and food insecurity, your garden might be the most powerful tool you have to create positive change. But not all gardening is created equal. When done thoughtfully, your 10 by 10 foot plot can sequester carbon, build soil health, and provide nutritious food while requiring minimal resources. Most people think of soil as dirt, but it's actually one of Earth's most complex biological systems. A single teaspoon of healthy soil contains more microorganisms than there are people on the planet. These tiny organisms work together to break down organic matter, cycle nutrients, and protect plants from disease. Here's where things get interesting. Most gardening advice focuses on plant selection, but the real magic happens in the soil. When you add organic matter to your garden, you're essentially storing carbon that would otherwise end up in the atmosphere. For every 1% increase in soil organic matter, your garden can store approximately 20 tons of carbon per acre. But here's the question that might change how you garden forever. If the average American lawn converted to a food garden with proper organic matter management, how much carbon could we sequester annually, and what would that equivalent to in terms of cars taken off the road? The answer might surprise you. With proper management, those lawns could sequester enough carbon to offset the emissions of approximately 1.2 million cars annually. That's the power of collective action. Instead of traditional monoculture, consider succession planting. This technique involves planting crops in quick succession to maximize space and productivity. By planting fast-growing crops like radishes or lettuce between slower-growing ones like tomatoes, you can increase your yield by 30 to 40% without expanding your garden size. Most gardeners overwater, wasting precious resources. The science shows that plants actually thrive with less water than we typically provide. The key is deep, infrequent watering that encourages deep root growth. Deep watering reduces water usage by up to 50%, while improving plant health by 25%. Nature thrives on diversity, and gardens are no exception. Research shows that gardens with 5 or more different plant families have 45% fewer pest problems than monoculture gardens. Diversity creates natural pest control, reducing the need for chemical interventions. When you practice sustainable gardening, you're not just growing food, you're participating in a global solution. Studies show that urban agriculture could produce up to 15% of the world's food needs while sequestering significant amounts of carbon. The practical steps are straightforward. Build healthy soil with compost, use succession planting, water deeply but infrequently, and embrace biodiversity. Start small. Even a container garden on your balcony can make a difference. The future of food security and climate action might just be growing in your backyard. What will you plant today? Start now and watch as your small garden becomes part of the global solution for a healthier planet.